Hey everybody, it's Bryan, and you are listening to the Course Building Secrets podcast. Whether you're a coach or a CEO, the success of your team and clients is based on your ability to deliver a consistent experience and guide them on the fastest path to results. This podcast will give you practical, real-life tips that you can use today to build your online experiences that get results and create raving fans. Why? So you can monetize your expertise and serve more people without adding more time or team to your business. If you're looking to uncover your $1 million framework, package it, and use it to scale, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode of the Course Building Secrets podcast. I am thrilled you are with us today. Hey, I am on location today in Orlando for FHL 2023. So I thought I would tune in today and let you kind of have a little bit of what's going on in my mind as this week is progressing. So for those of you who are in the position of like you want to launch a digital program, a course, something that allows you to package your expertise, one of the biggest challenges is how do you go about figuring out what to teach, right? Like how do you organize it? How do you put the right amount of material in? How do you get yourself kind of organized enough to be able to do that? And one of the critical success factors, regardless if you're doing it live, if you're packaging it into a digital program, if you're doing a live event, if you're doing a virtual event, doesn't really matter. One of the critical success factors for you to consider is having a sort of unique methodology that you use that provides somebody the solution to the problem that they have. And your job is to give them the fastest path, right? So it's to put together kind of the steps that go from point A to point B. You could call that a success path. You could call that a unique framework or methodology, whatever you want to call it, doesn't really matter. What you're doing is you're creating a specific strategic fast path for your learners, for your customers to get the results that they need so they can keep moving on their path, right? And so that's the very first step in terms of how to start packaging your expertise. So often people are like, oh, I'm just going to get a tool and I'm going to just, kind of come up with some different topics, maybe do some post-it notes and brainstorm and put them out there. And then what happens is it ends up sort of being a smattering of information and videos and random things that don't actually help to serve your people at the highest level. So if you can organize everything around a proprietary framework or a signature framework, what happens is the delivery method then becomes scalable because you can deliver it in so many different ways. And so the first way that you deliver it usually is like you're just trying to kind of figure out the order, you're trying to figure out what works, you're going to figure out what kind of hurdles and obstacles people will have along the path, what questions they have, how you can answer those. But it's all still framed around that signature methodology. And I'm going to tell you that it's really, like for a lot of people, it's challenging to narrow down the methodology to, 5 to 7 steps or 5 to 9 steps or wherever you kind of end up in there. And the reason for that is because you're the expert, right? So you know so many things. Typically your customer isn't as experienced as you are, obviousof because they have their problem. And so you only need to solve the problem. You don't have to give them all of the things. So it's hard for people to kind of remember what it was like to learn it or remember what it was like to maybe be at a level 3 instead of a level 10. So sometimes you need help with this. And so if you're in that position, just know that it's normal. Just know that this is not an easy process. It seems easy. Oh, just create your proprietary framework, no problem. Just kind of put the pieces together. You're already the expert. You should know. And it is a lot more challenging. It's we always equate it to like if you're looking at a prescription bottle, right? It's really hard to read the label when you're inside the bottle. And that happens to me. It happens to almost everybody who is trying to go through this process. So just know that it's normal, but keep working through it. Start defining it, help some people You may rearrange it, you may change it, which is why we recommend doing a beta or a 1.0 kind of MVP version, which is like just get it out there and start teaching it, start putting it together, and then then it will start coming together for you, and you can go and start to put it in lots of different delivery methods, or choose a delivery method of your choice. So that's the very first thing. Because I'm talking about this here at FHL, I have to tell you, just as a side note, so this is a sales and marketing conference, which means they don't talk a lot about fulfillment. They don't talk a lot about like what do you do when you get a customer, right? You do all the marketing and you get the sales, and then now you have to fulfill, right? Now you have to actually do something to get them the results. And so because the focus of this is not in the fulfillment, there's not a lot of chatter around it at these conferences. This year, however, Russell Brunson has been spending some time on fulfillment and his preferred method of fulfillment. And more, he has said success path more times this week than he has ever said in his entire life. So look for them. I'm putting together some gifts on that because I'm so excited about it. But as you know, if you've listened to this podcast, that is near and dear to my heart is having a specific path that you take your people down to get from point A to point B, right? So they can become successful. So it's a critical success factor to really think through that and nail that down. Once you do that, then the road to creating your digital experiences becomes so much easier because you can focus on the levels of the success path, not all of the things. So you don't end up with either you are overwhelmed or your students or your customers are overwhelmed. And so you're hearing it from the source today is that it is something that luckily is becoming more and more part of the conversation, because the reality is you used to be able to go out and kind of put your message out there, throw ads at it, and scale your business. And that's not actually working anymore. So what we need to do is we need to be thinking about how do we not only get new customers, acquire new customers, but how do we keep them? How do we retain them? How do we bring them to our next offers? Because it's much easier and less expensive to keep the customers that you have, that you've spent so much time working on to get, keeping them in your world, keeping them getting results, keeping them having an awesome experience. It's so much easier and less expensive than it is to just constantly be churning and getting new customers all of the time. So it like makes my heart so happy that that's a conversation that's at this conference this year, because this is all the cutting edge marketing and sales stuff, right? Like if you don't hear it here, it's not happening. So again, makes my heart happy, but you have to spend the time to figure out what your specific success path is for your people. And you do that by defining first, what are the steps, and then turn it into your signature framework or your unique methodology. Hopefully that helps to serve you. This is what our VIP Day does. This is what $1 Million Framework program does. We offer this for people because this is such a critical linchpin step in defining your whole business, really, honestly. And if you get this right, then you can take it and run with it. And so, like I mentioned earlier, it's hard to do this yourself without kind of getting stuck in all the minutia of the details. So if you need help, let us know. We are here for you. Just go in the show notes and you can grab a link to set up a chat with me. But in the meantime, start working through your own signature framework. All right, there you go. Have a great day. Hey, everybody. Are you a business owner ready to streamline and scale your business? Imagine solving the biggest business challenges with clarity, a strategy, and a clear plan. Hey, I'm Bryan, and I want to invite you to take the first step towards transforming your business with a free 30-minute discovery call. This call is an opportunity to discuss your goals, identify key challenges, and learn how my mentorship program can help you achieve the success you're aiming for. In just a half hour, we'll explore how you can scale your business by enhancing your authority strategy, engagement strategy, and retention strategy. You'll get personalized advice and a clear path forward. Ready to take the first step? Click on the link below that's in the show notes to book your free discovery call now. I hope to talk to you soon.